towards artificial intelligence. He writes, சிந்தையில் சிந்தை தொடரும் இயற்கை உணர்ந்து நடக்கும். Thought will give birth to thought and nature itself will act consciously. The line almost anticipates the concept of thinking machines, artificial intelligence and automation. So here is a tribute to the legendary poet through the rendition of Parukulle Nalla Nadu Nam Bharata Nadu. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, let us now light the Kuthuvilakku before we light the algorithms, for true intelligence must rise from wisdom. We now humbly request the Honorable Governor to light the traditional lamp, the Kuthuvilakku. Every spark of intelligence, be it divine or artificial, seeks awareness. The Kuthuvilakku glows with sacred consciousness. AI glows with coded consciousness. We now welcome Dr. V.S. Shankaram Sriram, Dean School of Computing, Shastra Deemed University, to light the traditional lamp, the Kuthuvilakku. Just as the Kuthuvilakku lights the path of the seeker through spiritual wisdom, AI illuminates the path of humanity through digital intelligence. Both transform ignorance into insight. We now request Dr. Vaidya Subramaniam, Vice Chancellor, Shastra Deemed University, to light the Kuthuvilakku. The Kuthuvilakku's flame learns to rise higher only when the wick and oil are in balance. Just as the artificial intelligence evolves when data and ethics are in harmony, we are happy that our respected Principal Secretary to Governor is lighting the Kuthuvilakku. We now welcome Dr. A.N. Sivappi, Professor, the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, and Academic Council member, Annamalai University, to light the Kuthuvilakku. Thank you. Thank you all. We now humbly request The respected Principal Secretary to the Governor, Thiru R. Kirlosh Kumar IAS, to deliver the welcome address.
Good morning, everyone. Today, we have gathered for a very special occasion, the felicitation of Dr. Shankar Sriram, an eminent academician who has brought great pride to Tamil Nadu by receiving the prestigious National Teachers Award in the higher education category. Teachers are the architects of society, and the National Teachers Award is one of the highest recognition of a teacher's dedication, innovation, and lifelong commitment to shaping young minds. Dr. Shankar Sriram's work has inspired students and colleagues alike, and his contribution stands as a shining example of how education can empower and transform society. It is my privilege to extend a warm welcome to our Honorable Governor, under whose guidance the felicitation program for Dr. Shankar Sriram and workshop on modern tools in teaching is being organized today. I also extend a warm welcome to Dr. Vaidya Subramaniam, the Vice Chancellor of Shastra University, and Dr. Shankar Sriram, Dean of the School of Computing in Shastra University. Following the felicitation, Dr. Shankar Sriram and his team will conduct a workshop on the use of modern tools in teaching. In an era where technology is redefining the classroom, his insights will certainly help teachers to adopt innovative methods to make learning more effective, engaging, and inclusive. This workshop will empower fellow educators with new methodologies to enhance students' learning experiences in this era of rapid technological advancement. I welcome all the heads of educational institutions and the educators who have joined us today. I also welcome our friends from the press and media. Nandri Vanakkam.
प्रोफेसर शंकर श्रीराम शंकरन 24 सालों से एक्सपीरियंशियल और अडैप्टिव लर्निंग को बढ़ावा दे रही हैं। उनका रिसर्च फोकस एआई, नेटवर्क सिक्योरिटी और साइबर फिजिकल सिस्टम्स पर है। उन्होंने एक इंडिजिनस इंट्रूजन डिटेक्शन सिस्टम विकसित किया और इसे इंडस्ट्री में सफलतापूर्वक लागू किया। उन्होंने एआर वीआर कंटेंट के जरिए स्टेम एजुकेशन में भी नए आयाम खोले। प्रोफेसर शंकर श्रीराम शंकरन तमिलनाडु पुलिस और इंडियन एयरफोर्स के लिए साइबर सिक्योरिटी अवेयरनेस प्रोग्राम्स भी कंडक्ट किए। इन असाधारण योगदानों और विजनरी लीडरशिप के लिए उन्हें राष्ट्रीय शिक्षक पुरस्कार 2025 से सम्मानित किया जाता है।
Dr. V.S. Shankar Sriram, Professor and Dean, School of Computing at Shastra Deemed University, is recognized for over 24 years of advancing experiential and adaptive learning. His research in AI, network security, and cyber-physical systems has led to patents, industry-transferred innovations, and widely cited publications, while his initiatives in AR/VR-based STEM education, cybersecurity awareness, and academic mentorship continue to create lasting impact. We are proud to once again highlight that Dr. V.S. Shankar Sriram received the National Teacher Award 2025, and we now humbly request the Honorable Governor to felicitate Dr. V.S. Shankar Sriram amidst a big round of resonating and thumping applause. Thank you, sir. We now request Dr. S. Vaidya Subramaniam, Vice Chancellor, Shastra Deemed University, to deliver the keynote address.
Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, Mr. Kirlosh Kumar, Secretary to Governor, Dr. Shankar Sriram, members of the Raj Bhavan family, and members from the teaching fraternity from both the higher education and the school education, friends from the print and the electronic media, A very good morning to all of you. I'm extremely happy to stand before all of you on this very momentous occasion for a variety of reasons, but I would like to just highlight three of them. One is the fact that my own colleague, Dr. Shankar Sriram, was conferred the National Teachers Award on the Teachers' Day. The second is that he is the only teaching faculty from Tamil Nadu to be conferred with that award in the higher education teaching system. And the third and the cherry on the top feeling is that the Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu has invited Dr. Shankar Sriram and also all of you to not only felicitate but also use this as an opportunity to have a mutually rewarding teaching learning experience by way of this workshop. For this, I must, on behalf of all of you and on my personal behalf, thank the Honorable Governor, because when the call came from Raj Bhavan regarding this function, it was also suggested that a workshop of this type will be an ideal platform for exchanging best practices, because there are good practices that are hidden elsewhere in teachers like you, and we will use this platform to actually bring out and have a learning experience. And I'm really happy that this workshop is happening after this felicitation function. The reason that this workshop was necessary is also the realization of the fact that as teachers ourselves, we belong to a very noble profession, which means that the skills that we possess is something that has to be shared with as many students as possible, and not only with students but also members from the peer ecosystem, and that is when the learning outcomes across the country gets maximized. It is with that thought process that this workshop was organized. And the topic of the workshop is also so contemporaneous, given the fact that the digital ecosystem triggered by the AI tools is actually transforming the way in which teaching learning happen inside the classroom. And this has to be understood from the right perspective, not only from the teachers but also from the students, and teachers who have to always be students to understand this right perspective. And that forms the background for this workshop, because as teachers, when we get back with some learning experience from this workshop, it is our duty to make sure that we create a multiplier effect out of this learning, so that whatever you and I learn in this workshop gets a multiplier effect and reaches to as many teachers as possible. And only if that happens, then you will see a massive transformation that is happening inside the classrooms of schools and higher education institutions. And that is a fundamental responsibility of being a teacher, because that is the profession to which we are committed to ensure that we reach out to maximum learners as possible as we engage in this noble profession. And one analogy that I want to give before I conclude my speech is a borrowed analogy that I got from very senior teacher, a retired school teacher from a rural school close to Mayiladurai. He was comparing the role of a teacher with the evolution of the student. And as teachers, we all know that right from day one, when a kid enters school, a teacher will be seated in a chair, and in the KG classrooms, the kids will be seated on the floor. And as the kids advance, a teacher will still be on the chair, and maybe in the primary school, students will be seated on chairs or stools. And then in secondary and higher secondary, the teacher is on the same chair, and the students will be seated on benches and tables, the heights of both almost being equal. And then into the higher education, we see these modern gallery type classrooms where the teacher is still in the same chair while the student occupy chairs at elevated positions because it is a gallery classroom. So the lesson is very simple, that a student evolves, occupies different positions as they undergo the journey of a student from school to higher education, but the teacher always stays there, and that's the noblest profession that we are all discharging, and we have to be very happy about that. And as we discharge this profession, we will have to engage all those that are contemporaneous so that we will be able to maximize the learning outcome that happens inside our classrooms. Thank you again for this opportunity, and I welcome you all for this workshop. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We now request Dr. V.S. Shankar Sriram, Dean School of Computing, Shastra University, to address the gathering.
Thank you very much for the gracious introduction. At the outset, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to the Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu for felicitating me on being conferred with the National Teachers Award 2025. I would like to take a moment to briefly share my journey from Siemens to Shastra, a career shaped by purpose and progress. I began my professional journey as an ABAP developer interning at CISL, Siemens Information Systems Limited. However, due to a personal exigency, I relocated to Bareilly, Uttar Pradesh, where I took up a faculty in a college. It was there that I discovered my passion for teaching and unearthed the teacher within me. Since then, there has been no turning back towards the industry. I became deeply committed to building a meaningful and fulfilling career in academia. Then I completed Master of Engineering from Thapar University, Patiala, and joined Birla Institute of Technology, Mesra, as a lecturer senior grade, where I completed my PhD under the guidance of my head of the department. In 2011, I joined Shastra, and with this cumulative experience of 25 years, I have observed the following 5 points that are mandatory for every faculty to be successful. I'll be sharing those experiences that I have gathered out of the 25 years. The first and foremost is faculty should have clarity in concept, and faculty should have clarity in content delivery. Strong grasp of core concept empowers educators to deliver content with clarity, confidence, and creativity. I do remember in 1999 when I was looking for a job. After doing my MCA, I was just in QNX Electronic City. In those days, we used to cyclostyle our resume and then circulate to various IT companies. There was one company, there is a new company where I had given my resume. The security took the resume and gave me a visitor pass. He took me inside, and immediately I was taken for an interview, for which I was not prepared at all. That gentleman who interviewed me started from operating systems, C, C++, Java, data structures, left, right, center. He didn't leave me on any topic. And that day I realized that the amount of depth a person is having. He was asking in each topic 10 questions. No more than 3 questions I was unable to answer. So that was the day I realized the depth in knowledge is mandatory for survival. So at some point in time, he said, I don't need a job. But he said, no, please continue. So it was a kind of mock for me. That prepared me for facing the world. And over a period of time, when we interact with students, we get to know that the knowledge, that the depth to which we cover the concept, students worship you. So that's the first thing, where faculty should have clarity in concept and clarity in content delivery. Combining classroom teaching with hands-on experience or hands-on learning for experiential education. I would advocate for a preach and practice approach where theoretical instruction is seamlessly integrated with practical application to enrich the student learning. Having my specialization in cybersecurity, I manage the IT infrastructure of our university, all 3 campuses. So thereby,
beautiful equation is so potent, it's like a Vedic mantra. So that is the great people have taught us. The clarity of concept. And when you have a clarity of concept, when it becomes your own, and then the question is, don't stop it, because knowledge is dynamic. It has to be translated. Our ancients have told us, anabhyase visham vidya, ajirne bhojanam visham. If we eat the food and food is not digested, food is a poison. And if we have learned something and if we have not applied it, they call it a visham, is useless. So application of knowledge. Now, all these received wisdom we had forgotten for long, even after independence. The attempt has been made in national education policy to bring this, to reorient. And when you come across a good teacher, the teacher is very inspiring. Now, when I got the news that Dr. Sriram has been awarded, selected for the Teachers National Teacher Award. In fact, out of courtesy, Vice Chancellor Vaidya Subramaniam mentioned about that Kirloskar Kumar talked to him. Much before that, I had given him a message, congratulatory message, and asked him that I would like to felicitate him. The day I got it, because the reason is that if someone has done something which is extraordinary, it must be shared. Because knowledge is one thing that expands with sharing. And I'm sure many of you are already also doing it in your own field, wherever you are. And the purpose of this organizing this event today is, of course, one is to publicly felicitate Dr. Sriram, because if one of us has achieved something, we must celebrate. It is a moment of happiness for all of us. And one way to do it, to felicitate the person. But also equally important is that here let there be the best brains in our state, in various institutions of higher education, be it in state, be it in private universities. Let us get together and share. Now, Dr. Sriram will share his experience, how he has been using the AI tools for experiential and adaptive learning. What you are doing you will also share what you are doing. And in the process, the churning, more and more ideas, more and more ways forward will come up. That's the purpose of it. And I would like that this should not end here. Rajbhavan is only a catalyst to bring together and spend a few hours sharing the innovations that you are making in your own ways, for passing the knowledge, useful technology, impactful technology. You further take it forward. It may not be possible to all of you to share your ideas or what you are doing. It's not necessarily your idea, but innovations. Or keep organizing smaller events in your institutions, inviting people. Because one thing which I felt not very happy about when I came is our higher education institutions, they function in silos. Some of them are very open and they do reach out. But a good number of them, they live in silos. Now I think that's not. A knowledge which is confined, You know, it needs oxygen. And it is only when the oxygen for knowledge is when you exchange, when you get ideas, when you get challenged with the situation, challenged with the new, counter ideas, then it evolves. It becomes sharper and sharper and sharper. So I would urge all of you that hereafter, wherever you are, in your institution, you organize. Call some people and let some students also come and take part in it, because they also must listen, because the student-teacher relation is not flipping in the classroom. That is important. But in day-to-day life, as a good teacher, we also learn a lot from the students. They come up with sometimes their innocent questions, sometimes provocative questions, and they have the freedom to ask the questions to you. And in the process, they throw you the challenge and you start. So today, using technology, how to improve the creativity of our students, our own creativity, because each one of you is not just merely teacher. You also create knowledge, create technology that would impact, which are impacting. So you and the students to be more creative. That is the only way we can not only take, the knowledge forward, but the fact is our mission, our national mission. We are on a very challenging mission. I won't call it impossible, it is not challenging. That we have set a target that our country has to be self-reliant by 2047. It is not just a mere slogan. But it needs a lot of hard work. It's not a time for any of us to relax. No, we must forget about it. It is a time to all work on high octane. Let us do whatever we can. Let us reach out to the people around in the field. Come up with. And creativity, it may not be all the time possible to quantify it. Some of it could be in terms of patents, which is very important. Application of the patent, how many patents are being used for production? Because if we have created, let's say, X amount or N number of patents, but if the patents are only confined to our research paper, then it's a sterile knowledge. How many of it we have been able to take it to a scale, to the industry where it is able to benefit the people and the society, change, impact the life of the people? So it's very important. Beyond that, it may not be possible to quantify those of your students, those who are going out working in the various companies. Dr. Sriram mentioned about he was working in Siemens. Now what it did in Siemens would be benefiting, people would be benefiting, but it was difficult to quantify for others. Similarly, our students, those who benefit from your teaching, when they go out and they contribute, but the impact is felt. Whether we quantify or not, that's not the core parameter. But the fact is that we create students, those who are creative, those who just don't have a theoretical knowledge, but they have deep insight into it, and they apply it to overcome the challenge. And in the process, technology emerges. And that is how it goes on. So I think I'm very sure that this half day, a few hours that you have with you, you will spend it fruitfully. And hereafter, when you go, you will take it forward. It should not stop here. Thank you very much. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir. Respected dignitaries, distinguished guests, As we come to the close of this enlightening program held in the historic and serene surroundings of Raj Bhavan, we take this moment to express our heartfelt gratitude. First and foremost, a sincere thanks to the Honorable Governor for inspiring us with his vision that blends tradition with technology, reminding us that artificial intelligence should always serve human intelligence, not replace it. A special word of appreciation to Dr. S. Vaidya Subramaniam, Vice Chancellor, Shastra Deemed University, and Dr. V. S. Shankar Sriram, Dean School of Computing, Shastra University, and experts who open new windows of thought, showing us how AI can be a force of progress, compassion, and creativity. A heartfelt thanks to the respected Principal Secretary, Deputy Secretary to the Honorable Governor University, and the other staff member for organizing the program at Raj Bhavan, for your guidance and making today's event seamless, proving that coordination, whether human or digital, needs a heart behind it. And finally, to everyone who joined us today, thank you for being part of this journey where Raj Bhavan became the meeting ground of culture and code, of values and vision, of heritage and high technology. As we step out, let us carry with us one thought: AI must give us data, but it is humanity that gives its direction. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Dear dignitaries, we have a 5 minutes break. So those who want to take some rest, we request you to move to the washroom for women, and men are